A balance between your professional life and your family life.
Yeah.
How difficult has that been?
It's a conscious effort every day.
He was the ultimate teen heartthrob, adored by millions, envied by many. But behind Donny Osmond's dazzling smile was a secret few ever saw coming. In a rare and emotional confession, Donny opens up about the woman who saved him when the lights faded, his wife, Debbie. For over 45 years, she stood in the shadows, holding their world together while the spotlight followed him. What he revealed about their love, their struggles, and the silent sacrifices will leave you speechless. This isn't just a love story, it's a revelation. Donny Osmond didn't just fall into show business, he was born into it. Raised in a devout Mormon household in Ogden, Utah, Donny was one of 9 children. His parents, Olive and George Osmond, were deeply committed to family values and faith. From a young age, Donny was surrounded by music. His older brothers Alan, Wayne, Merrill, and Jay formed the musical group known as the Osmonds. Donny soon joined them, and by the time he was 5, he was performing live on national television. Life wasn't normal for Donny. While other kids played outside, he spent hours in rehearsals. He didn't have the luxury of a typical childhood. His father, a former Army sergeant, believed in discipline. After every performance, no matter how well it went, the family was expected to return to work. No celebrations, just preparation for the next task. That pressure shaped Donny's work ethic, but it also took a toll. As he entered his teens, Donny broke out as a solo act. With hit songs like Go Away Little Girl, Puppy Love, and One Bad Apple, he became a teen idol almost overnight. But while teenage girls adored him, teenage boys often viewed him with jealousy and hostility. And critics weren't kind either. A notorious Rolling Stone article once called his birthday the worst day in rock and roll history. Despite his fame, Donny often felt like he was walking a tightrope, trying to remain true to himself while dealing with the intense pressure of the spotlight. He found some relief through his work with his sister, Marie Osmond. Their chemistry was undeniable, and in 1976, the two launched the wildly successful variety show Donny and Marie. The show lasted until 1979, but it helped cement their legacy in American entertainment history. While the world watched their smiles and laughs on screen, Donny was quietly longing for something else, something real, away from the noise. That's when Debbie came into his life. Debbie was beautiful, kind, and completely uninterested in the spotlight. She had once dated Donny's brother, Jay, but something about her struck Donny differently. It wasn't love at first sight. Not for her, anyway. Donny had to work hard to win her heart. It took him 3 years of persistence, kindness, and patience. But eventually, she said yes. On her 17th birthday, Donny planned something unforgettable. A romantic limousine ride, dinner at Sundance, and a carefully planned scavenger hunt. The final clue led her back to the limo, but there was a twist. She had to kiss him to get it. That kiss would be the beginning of a love story that has lasted nearly 5 decades. They married in 1978, still young and full of dreams. While Donny's life stayed in the public eye, Debbie made the decision early on to remain in the background. She wasn't interested in being famous. She wanted a home, a family, a real life. Together, they raised 5 sons: Donny Jr., Jeremy, Brandon, Chris, and Josh. As their children grew, the Osmond family grew too, eventually expanding to include 14 grandchildren. Donny often refers to Debbie as his anchor. In a 2020 Valentine's post, he called her the love of his life, his best friend, and the glue that kept their family together. He admits that sometimes he looks back and wonders how she did it all. Managing the house, raising 5 boys, handling business matters, and supporting him through a demanding career. But Debbie never asked for credit. She just did what needed to be done. Their son Chris once said that despite having a famous father, he and his brothers had a surprisingly normal childhood. He gave all the credit to his mother for shielding them from the pressures of fame. That quiet strength is what made Debbie the perfect partner for Donny. But life wasn't without its challenges. Donny has faced several low points in his career. One of the most difficult came after the failure of his Broadway show, Little Johnny Jones. He described that time as his dark years. He wasn't sure what came next. He felt lost, embarrassed, and unsure of his future. But through it all, Debbie never left his side. She encouraged him, comforted him, and reminded him of who he was. It was during those times that Donny developed a rule he still follows today. When faced with a big decision, he always thinks of Debbie first. Then his kids. Then his grandchildren. Only when all of that aligns does he think of himself. That family-first mindset is one of the reasons their marriage has lasted so long. He also made another promise early in their marriage, to keep their private life private. Donny once explained that they didn't hide their relationship from the public, they just protected it. Fame can be corrosive, and Donny knew that. So he and Debbie created a boundary. While he was the face the world saw, she was the calm behind the curtain. Over the years, Donny has often spoken about his friendship with Michael Jackson. The two had much in common. Both were the seventh child in families of 9, both experienced fame at a young age, and both had strict fathers who pushed them to greatness. They became close friends, often reflecting on their childhoods and the pressures of being famous so young. In their final conversation, Michael revealed he was traveling with his kids under the radar, just needing a break from the world. Donny invited him to Utah for some peace, but sadly, that visit never happened. Donny believes that if it weren't for his family, and especially Debbie, he might not have made it. The entertainment industry has chewed up and spit out many child stars. But Donny credits his wife's support and his family's love for keeping him grounded. Even today, in his 60s, Donny continues to perform. His Las Vegas residency at Harrah's has been a major success, earning him accolades as the city's top headliner. But the stage isn't what brings him the most joy. Watching his grandchildren play, seeing his sons grow into men, and spending quiet evenings with Debbie, that's what matters most. Debbie remains out of the spotlight by choice. She doesn't do interviews, rarely appears in public with Donny, and almost never posts on social media. And that's exactly how they want it. Because for them, love isn't something you perform, it's something you live. In a world obsessed with celebrity breakups, Donny and Debbie's story stands out. It's not perfect, but it's real. Built on patience, trust, loyalty, and a shared commitment to put family first. Donny once said that Debbie isn't just his wife. She's a part of him. The calm to his chaos. The reason he's still standing after all these years. So while the world may celebrate Donny Osmond the performer, the real story, the most important one, is the love that kept him grounded. The woman who chose to love him quietly while the rest of the world watched loudly. And the marriage that's lasted longer than any hit single or standing ovation. Because sometimes, the greatest success story isn't found on stage. It's found at home. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful untold moments from the lives of your favorite stars. Thanks for watching.